Welcome to the series of lectures of pathology, and today we are going to discuss about yet another parasite, Leishmania donawana. It causes a disease which is known as leishmaniasis. Now, let us see what is the clinical feature, life cycle related to it, what is the diagnostic purposes, and how we understand this disease. Although this disease has been affecting humans for quite a long period of time, but this stands out to be a much neglected disease. We will see the reasons behind it and also part of history. So, let us first discuss the name itself. Was is after the name of the scientist who actually made a investigation to find out this particular parasite. It was in 1900 that Sir William Leishman discovered Leishmania donovani in smear of a soldier who died of a fever at Dum Dum. Well, Dum Dum is a place in India, in West Bengal. The disease was known locally as Dum Dum fever or Kala Azar. Also, Charles Donovan, the other part of the name comes from him. He recognized that these symptoms in other Kala Azar patient and published his discovery a few weeks after Leishman. After examining the parasite using Leishman's stain, these hemistigotes were known as Leishman's Donovan bodies. So there was a stain used, and after staining, they found out some bodies, and they were named as Leishman Donovan bodies, or the name of this particular parasite. Although it's not that the name is only Leishmania donovani, there are other species also, but this particular species on which Leishman actually worked was named Leishmania donovani. So, as I said, leishmaniasis is a neglected disease globally. It usually affects around 2 million people every year. For most people, infection results in slow to heal skin ulcer, and sometimes it may also affect organs like liver, spleen, and bone marrow, which usually leads into 70,000 deaths annually. So, it's quite a large number. About the parasite, we have this classification details. Genus is Leishmania, and named after the discoverer. Family is Trypanosomal. Order is Kynotoplastida. Phylum is Sarcomystophoda. Now, as I said, Leishmaniasis is not only caused by Leishmania donovani, which is one of the variations of this particular genus. We have other species also. There is Tropica major, Utopica mexicana, Braziliensis, Donavani, Infantum, and Chagas. Now, we have classified this based on the type of disease that they cause. If it's only on the skin that it causes leishmaniasis, then we have a particular set of species. If it's mucocutaneous, then we have this particular Braziliensis. And if it's visceral organs, the abdominal organs are referred as the visceral organs. So, if it's visceral leishmaniasis, so we have these. Now about the morphology, so what we have is promastigote and amastigote, the two variants of this parasite, and we need to understand that we can have structures like flagella, kinetoplast, Golgi bodies, and nucleus and cytoskeleton in them. Uh, we'll see that how these amastigotes and the other structures do vary according to the life cycle. So morphology and life cycle. Amastigotes are actually around 2 to 3 micrometers with a large nucleus and a kinetoplast. And amastigotes mainly live within the cell of the reticuloendothelial system, but have been found in nearly every tissue and fluid of the body. So these amastigotes will actually live in the reticuloendothelial system or some other cells of the body. They're not too larger in size, so they can stay inside the cell. Now, what happens? This is one structure known as MST. The organism is transmitted. Now, how they will spread by several species of blood-feeding sandflies, is Phlebotomus, which carries the promastigote in the anterior gut and pharynx. It gains access to the mononuclear phagocytes, where it transforms into a mastigote and divide until the infected cell ruptures. So, how the transmission occurs from the blood-sucking sandflies, which carries the promastigote in the anterior gut and the pharynx. And the mononucleocytes, the type of WBC mononucleocyte, will gain access to it and will convert into an MST. This is a pictorial diagram showing the sandfly vector. Now, what happens? The released organism infect other cell. The sandfly acquires the organism during the blood meal. The MST transforms into a flagellated promastigote and multiply in the gut until the anterior gut and pharynx are packed. Dogs and rodent are common reservoirs. So what we are seeing here is a transmitting agent and also a reservoir agent here. So the dogs and rodents are the reservoir agents. So let us see what happens. That if first the sandfly takes a blood meal, which will inject promastigote stage into the skin. Now, what will happen? That is, the promastigotes are phagocytized by the macrophages. These promastigotes transform into amastigotes inside the macrophage. Now, these amastigotes multiply in cell of various tissue, and then when the sandfly again comes from the meal, it will ingest macrophages infected with amastigotes. Now, this will ingestion will be done by the parasite cell. Amastigotes transform into promastigote stage in midgut, and in midgut they will divide and migrate to the proboscis. Now, why in the proboscis? Because that would be the place from where it would be transferred to the next human. So, the MST formed here in the gut and when transferred to the proboscis is the infective stage. But there is a diagnostic stage, the disease stage or the diagnostic stage is the MST, which is actually multiplying in the macrophages and other tissues. So you can have a closer look at to this life cycle chart. Now, how does these dogs and rodents will act as a reservoir? So, sandfly it not only bites humans, but it can also bite other animals also. So, they infect them also with the leishmaniasis. So, sandfly bites animal and ingests blood infected with leishmaniasis, and then that fly can come to the humans, and so the cycle can repeat. So it's quite understandable that they are the reservoirs. So if not coming from the humans, we can get it from other animals also. Here the VL stands for the visceral leishmaniasis, but in particularly the visceral leishmaniasis we are talking about, Leishmania donovani, which causes visceral leishmaniasis. We'll discuss about what is Kala Azar and other details in the next part of this series.